Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is sanctioned by the Irish Mixed Martial Arts Association and takes place over 3 rounds in the Cage Legacy Lightweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this man weighed in under 155 pounds and represents SBG Drogheda, Jordan Boylan! And standing across the cage, his opponent, weighed in at under 155 pounds and represents the Shed MMA, Gardner! Your referee for this bout is Mr. Derek Hickey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first UAR, Unified Amateur Rules, Amateur MMA bout of the evening. Mark Gardner representing the Shed, fighting out of the red corner, taking on Jordan Boylan representing SBG Drogheda, fighting out of the blue corner.
Yeah, low in experience, both guys. We have Gardner in the coloured trunks, Jordan Boylan in the white. Jordan, of course, making his amateur debut. Mark has had one fight already on Cage Legacy 15, where he lost in his second round TKO to Tomislav Vidolovic.
And it must be said, in the first round of that fight, he was landing big shots, did look very good, but as we know in mixed martial arts, anything can and will happen. Looking to right the wrongs of that bout here tonight.
Yeah, he's trying to corral his opponent here into the corner and set up some openings, and yet to pull the trigger, but good footwork so far on display from Gardner. Really has his opponent on the back foot, leads with a kick and follows with a couple of right hands.
Takedown from Jordan, lands right in.
Yes.
So that is he side control half into that.
Sort of in a half guard position,
almost
three-quarter
three-quarter mount.
Yeah.
May take the back in this position, has one hook in. Trying to work for both hooks.
Elevates his opponent beautifully and gets the second
gorgeous.
hook in.
Yeah, just
and
as you
flattens
say,
him out.
Brought him up just to create the space to sneak those hooks in.
Gardner scrambled well there, just turned on his hip to get rid of one hook.
And trying to sneak that second hook back in.
The cage now may limit Boylan's opportunities to take the back fully here, but he is connected to the back. He's wrapped around the neck. He's trying to connect those hands. He's trying to use some shots to open up that chin and sneaking arm underneath. Doesn't have full connection to the back, but may get that body triangle.
Yeah, trying to work that boa constrictor-like body triangle. And right now, real dominant grappling on display from Jordan Boylan here.
A big lightweight at 6 foot tall.
And right now, as a debutant fighter, it's nice to see this kind of composure.
He looks very calm, doesn't he? He's timing his shots, and he has one arm around that neck. The other arm, of course, is trapped. Gardner's doing very well just to clamp on his opponent's left arm and not allow him to take it out and connect. But now he has the chance to connect and put a squeeze on Gardner. He's trying very hard to get the finish. Lovely spin from Gardner to escape that choke.
And again, it's kind of a pick your poison position when you have somebody on your back like this. Do you give up the mount? Do you give up your back?
He's relentless. Look, he has that arm wrapped around the neck.
May switch palm to palm on it. And again, Jordan's not putting absolutely everything into the squeeze. He's waiting to see just how advantageous the position is. Slowly, incrementally increasing that squeeze.
Referee was so close to stepping in there. We must have, we're on the back here. We can't see fully, but there must have been some extreme pressure on the face of Gardner, who has been under relentless pressure in this round so far.
Real solid work from Jordan to close out the opening round in his MMA debut. And Paul, it really was the story about positional awareness, solidifying the position
off balance, and that's what cost him that top position. They sort of fell to the floor a little.
But still very much all to play for here.
Potentially 2 rounds to go, so he has time to turn this around.
Oh, worked the body beautifully, then comes over the top. Ah, it's a big kick to the body from Jordan.
I'd like to see Gardner tidy up his hands and land some shots down the centre, try and gauge that distance a little better. He's reaching and leaving his head very high, the chin's very high up.
I'm enjoying the level changes that we're seeing here from Jordan. He's working the body, working the legs, going up high with the shots to the head.
One went low, but
there again, that's that jab to the body, come over the top with the overhand.
Look at that little beautiful left foot kick. And
he really seems to have got a gauge of the distance and range here.
Growing in confidence here. He's trying to throw shots from all angles. A little pivot of the hips, threatening, feinting, just to get his opponent reacting.
Trying to elicit those little tells.
He's certainly growing. You can see the confidence in him now over the first minute of this round 2. Finding his rhythm.
Gardner, for my money, needs to be a little bit more proactive here in his approach as opposed to being reactive to the shots of Jordan.
Yeah, you can see he's sort of he's shelled up a little bit. He's wary of stepping in and throwing shots because he's eaten a few now. So you can see he's become very tentative. Doesn't know quite what to do. And this can happen sometimes. You can be a little spellbound by the movement of your opponent. It can confuse your instincts, and you can forget to get your own game going. Reaching a little, but certainly landed 1 or 2 of those.
Trying to get in on a guillotine. Lets it go right now in on the takedown. Needs to get his leg in between the legs of Jordan. Gardner working for the takedown. A takedown at this stage of the fight would be absolutely huge.
Yeah, needs to impose something of his own game, be that in the striking or in the grappling, because it's been one-way traffic so far, but a big knee to the body there from Gardner. Boylan unfazed, completely unfazed, working to get around to the back again, possibly.
Jordan done a fantastic job of, during that initial exchange there, reversing the position and getting his own underhook.
Now he's looking at the front headlock position almost.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Jordan create a little bit of a separation and land his strikes because he was doing so well in the opening stances of the second round there with his distance management, landing his strikes.
Yeah, he seemed to be leading the dance entirely, and now he's got great head position on the inside here. Gardner struggling against the cage. Jordan looking for the trip.
Just getting that head right underneath the chin of Gardner, because as we inevitably know, Paul, where the head goes, the body tends to follow.
Absolutely. You can see what Jordan's doing. He's trying to offset his opponent's posture first and then apply the trips. He's working from one leg to the other and constantly upsetting his rhythm, his balance. Head's very low here. You need to be getting maybe better posture here before taking your opponent to the mat. But a good, successful round 2, you would imagine, from Jordan Boylan.
Yeah,
looking very strong this evening.
Yeah, Jordan finish.
You'd imagine so. You'd imagine so. It's going to take something big and something decisive. Mark Gardner, of course, started training just by doing privates with Troy Gibson during the pandemic to stay in shape, stay fit. And here we are. He's on his second amateur fight 2 years later.
Again, good distance management and leg kicks coming there from Jordan. Gardner replying over the top.
Those feints, I like to see a fighter is confident to feint and try and get a read from his opponent.
Yeah. And switching stances too, sort of belaying a composure that you don't often see out of a debutant. Question mark kick. The fans here in attendance loving a little bit of that.
They're liking the tricks and flicks, and look at the movement of Boylan. I'm impressed. He's using his footwork well, and the little shuffle and trying to gauge that distance. Gardner in now, deep on a double leg attempt. Can he connect the hands?
Hasn't quite got them connected just yet, Paul.
May switch to a single.
May try and pick out that ankle, use the momentum of the cage to bump off and suck the legs out from underneath your opponent.
Yeah. The Boylan's done very well to use that Kimura to reverse his opponent. And back into the open waters.
Again, just wonderful fluidity and mixing up the strikes well. Throwing lots of feints too to try and elicit the reaction and get the bite from Gardner.
Yeah, it doesn't look even remotely tired, Boylan. He looks like he's just getting going.
Keeping the hands low, which to a lot of people would say is a very dangerous tactic, but it also invites your opponent in. Your hands are low, they're out of the peripheral vision of your opponent, and your strikes can come from more unorthodox angles, just as we've seen.
There we go, yeah. Right as you were saying it, he snuck a left hand up and over the top. As you said, when it's coming from that angle, sometimes the opponent can't see it until it's too late.
You'd almost think I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
Almost.
Just a very odd time.
Almost, my friend.
Gardner trying to get in on the single leg. He really needs to run the pipe on this, but if you're Troy Gibson as coach, you'd be telling him to let go of that, to unload, to throw the kitchen sink.
Hail Mary time. Runs the pipe beautifully though, steps back with that left foot and dumps his opponent to the mat.
Needs to be wary of his arm placement here.
Mm-hmm.
If Boylan can re-guard, there was potential there for a triangle, but
yeah,
right.
he followed the angle quite well, working the pass, although you'd imagine there's not a lot of time left for him.
Oh,
There's
the triangle!
The triangle now. Boylan can grab his own shin with his left hand. Gardner does well to come around the corner and pass the guard.
20 seconds left. Can Gardner pull a rabbit out of the hat?
Yeah, he'd need some big ground and pound now to have any hope of finishing this fight over the last few seconds. And Boylan just doing enough to sort of upset his rhythm from the top and not allow him the freedom to land those big bombs that he would need. Boylan staying safe as the round draws to a close.
Doesn't need to do anything unnecessary, and a fantastic fight. Both men giving it everything. Jordan Boylan showing a fantastic, well-rounded mixed martial arts game, and we go to the judges' scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to your judges' scorecard for a decision. Your judges score this bout 29-28, 29-28.